The home of the AI tool where you can type in any channel on all of YouTube and it will use it as inspiration for the thumbnail it's generating. So for example, let's say you're MrBeast. You would just type in MrBeast here. Now it's gonna look at all my recent videos and get inspiration from them. And for the prompt, I'm gonna type in stranded on a volcano. And there you go, we now have a thumbnail with me dangling on the side of a volcano.
MrBeast just dropped an AI tool that straight up grabs other creators' thumbnails and pushes real designers to the side, and people are shocked by how bold that move is. Then he rolled out Lunchables, which is basically a super processed, kid-style meal wrapped in fancy branding like it's some big upgrade. And now he's even opened a massive MrBeast theme park in the Middle East, where many people online are already whispering about the serious problems around workers' rights in that region, and the conversation is getting louder by the day. And these are only a few moments in a long list that's making fans feel like MrBeast is sprinting through some kind of villain storyline, trying to squeeze every last coin from his huge audience while acting like everything is just business as usual. It's wild to see how YouTube's so-called golden boy is suddenly being framed as one of the platform's most questionable billionaires. And people want answers. Back in June 2025,
tool to help small creators make better thumbnails, and I thought people were going to be pretty excited about it, but I definitely missed the mark. If you open up Twitter, you know what I'm talking about. And so going forward, there is no AI thumbnail tool. Anyone from now on that signs up for ViewStats Pro, there will not be the AI thumbnail tool. It just doesn't exist. We pulled it down. And on top of that, I wanted to go one step further to really show artists out there that I care. If you go on viewstats.com under our more tools section, it will say hire thumbnail artists. And if you click that, it'll take you to a page of artist portfolios where you can commission a real thumbnail artist to make you a real thumbnail. That I guarantee you, I have spent more money on thumbnail artists than any other YouTuber in the world. I've probably spent more money on thumbnail artists than the top 100 creators combined. I mean, I have a small army of thumbnail artists that work for me.
MrBeast teamed up with ViewStats to launch an AI thumbnail generator that sounded exciting at first glance, especially for smaller creators looking for help. But once people realized the tool let you upload other creators' thumbnails without even asking their permission, the entire vibe changed instantly, and the outrage came in fast. It even went as far as suggesting whole channels you could copy from, almost like the tool was handing you a menu saying, here's a list of people whose work you can rip off. That alone had people stunned, because it felt way too bold for something backed by one of the biggest creators on the planet. The internet exploded instantly, and not in a good way.
Jack, do you think MrBeast ruined YouTube?
Yes.
Now, in all honesty, Jack, why?
Because it became more about views, money, and popularity than it did about having fun.
You just don't think he had fun playing Squid Games? You don't think he had fun riding on yachts? Building wells in Africa? I don't know.
If he had fun doing those videos, they'd be longer. We'd see the fun.
Nobody was impressed. Every major YouTuber with a real platform had something to say about it, and the call-outs came in non-stop. Jacksepticeye didn't hold back at all after his own style and logo showed up in a promo without his permission, and he called the whole thing unethical and harmful to real artists who put in real effort. And then Dan TDM stepped in and said anyone trying to replace creators with AI has no creative bone in their body, which sparked even more conversation across the entire platform. They weren't wrong either, because thumbnail artists spend years leveling up their skills. Color, composition, facial expressions, brand identity, all that detail that makes people click. Then suddenly the biggest YouTuber in the world was supporting a tool that could turn all that hard work into training data for what people were calling a plagiarism engine. And on top of that, it came with a subscription fee. The backlash hit so hard that MrBeast ended up pulling the tool from new users and flipping it into something that connects creators with real thumbnail artists instead.
Lunchables versus Lunchables.
With Lunchables, you get double the amount of liquid.
Prime has no sugar added, more electrolytes, and more B vitamins.
Crunch Bar.
Boo.
Feastables Crunch Bar.
Yeah!
Our pizza uses real cheese. Theirs, as it says on their box, is mozzarella pasteurized prepared cheese product. They can't even call it real cheese. We're also 30 less calories, 3 less grams of fat, and 8 less grams of sugar.
Which was definitely a smarter direction. But even with that move, everyone knew the damage had already been done. This whole situation confirmed something a lot of creators were already worried about but didn't want to say out loud. It showed that MrBeast isn't just trying to win the algorithm anymore. He's now helping build the kind of tools that could wipe out other people's jobs and then acting surprised when folks speak up about it. That shook the community because it felt like a line had finally been crossed. And the wildest part is that Jacksepticeye had already predicted this years ago during a lie detector video with Tommy, where he openly said he couldn't stand MrBeast and didn't like what he was doing to YouTube at all. Looking back now, his words hit way harder than anyone expected. Next up, the next huge controversy. Lunchly, MrBeast's healthier spin on Lunchables, backed by KSI and Logan Paul. The branding was slick, and the ads hit hard with comparisons that felt like knockout punches. On camera, they were all like, our pizza uses real cheese, less calories, less sugar, more protein, prime instead of Cabrienne. We've saved your child's arteries. You're welcome. The energy was intense, and people couldn't stop talking about it. It was basically Lunchly versus Lunchables, and the hype made everyone pick a side instantly. But when people actually dug into the numbers, the story got way messier. Nutritionists and articles pointed out that Lunchly is still super processed, loaded with sodium and fat levels pretty much on par with Lunchables, the so-called healthier angle, mostly swapping regular juice for zero sugar prime drink. Definitely not the game-changing revolution they hyped it up to be. Consumer Reports came in hot.
Project MrBeast is alleged to have made the most amount of money on, over $10 million, based on a pre-sale of $100,000. As for evidence, we have leaked screenshots showing MrBeast telling Super's founder that he can do 100K. Then we have a wallet that both investigations traced to MrBeast, sending 100K to the pre-sale wallet. And then we have the same wallets getting millions of these super tokens in a period of unlocks, which were
revealing that some Lunchly kits could have up to 50% of a child's daily lead limit in just one box, plus phthalates, chemicals linked to hormone disruption from the packaging and production process. And that's before even talking about the YouTuber drama. Dan TDM jumped in, calling out Lunchly for selling crap just for the sake of selling crap, and the heat got real. KSI, MrBeast, and Logan Paul went back and forth with Dan TDM, but the internet mostly sided with him, and of course, Jacksepticeye stayed solidly in Dan TDM's corner, backing him through all of it. It basically exploded into a full-blown internet war. 3 mega billionaires versus 2 OG YouTubers and the rest of the platform rallying behind them. And that's just scratching the surface. This doesn't even include Feastables, MrBeast Burger, and all the other ventures that MrBeast has built into his empire. It's basically selling junk just for the sake of selling junk. Dan TDM even pointed out that Feastables is supposedly healthier than Hershey's, but when you actually check the numbers, it's barely different, like 20 calories here and there. People started saying it's like comparing trash to garbage. It really feels like these brands are trying to turn an entire generation of kids into walking brand targets. And now, here's the next shocking move. Beastland, MrBeast's own theme park in Riyadh, launched as part of Saudi Arabia's Mega Vision 2030 entertainment push. At first glance, it looks like classic MrBeast energy. Massive, colorful, over the top, with real-life recreations of his videos, prizes worth thousands of riyals, and exclusive merch everywhere. It's like someone turned his YouTube thumbnails into a giant playground and doused it in confetti. But here's the problem. It's not that he opened a theme park, it's where he opened it. The Middle East has been under fire for years for how migrant workers are treated under the kafala system, which human rights groups say creates conditions for forced labor, and modern-day slavery reports include wage theft, brutal 80-hour work weeks, unsafe construction sites, confiscated passports if jobs aren't finished, and even deaths on sites tied to major events like the World Cup, with families often denied proper investigations. To be clear, we don't know that Beastland itself used forced labor, but the location alone has raised serious red flags and intense criticism online. There's no proof that Beastland itself used forced labor, but when you plaster your brand over a massive project in a region being dragged to the UN for migrant worker abuse, people aren't crazy for asking why the nice guy YouTuber suddenly looks like part of the PR machine. Even on Twitter, when he hyped the theme park,
he associated himself with the project twice. Once on March 3rd, 2021, he responded to a tweet with eyeball emojis. And then he interacted a second time on May 12th, 2021. This is much worse. The founder, Elio Trades, had tweeted, "There's a gym sitting there on the market at eye-watering prices set to explode during the DeFi Summer 2.0. MrBeast's response, Super? But what he doesn't say is that he'd already purchased a huge stake in Super at this point, And on the day that he's tweeting, he was selling tokens, allegedly. Not only that, he had been selling tokens and continued to sell tokens. In the 72 hours after the May 12th tweet, MrBeast sold about $200,000 worth of these tokens. And remember the context. He's responding to the founder of the coin discussing a gym at eye-watering prices that's going to explode during the summer. And MrBeast's response is the coin he's selling. So publicly, it's signaling, hey, Super is this undervalued coin, and privately, MrBeast allegedly.
He said stuff like, oh, I want to build it in the Middle East because not all my fans are from America. But the reality, it's way more about the money. Rumor is he was paid hundreds of millions, maybe even billions, to put it there. There's a contract you can actually find online. This isn't just about building a fun park for fans. It's more like helping a government with a terrible labor record look friendly and family-oriented. And it doesn't stop there. His crypto dealings have stirred major controversy too. Over the past few years, on-chain investigators and watchdogs like CoffeeZilla have accused MrBeast of cashing in big on low-cap tokens like Super First and other projects. The story goes that he bought early, hyped them publicly, and then allegedly sold while his fans thought he was just genuinely bullish on the projects. The whole thing has turned messy, and it's making people rethink just how innocent his empire really is. One investigation claimed a wallet linked to MrBeast dropped around $100,000 during a token pre-sale and later walked away with over $10 million after the token skyrocketed and then crashed. Another project allegedly turned a $200,000 buy-in into roughly $4.5 million. The numbers are staggering, and it got a lot of people talking about whether this counts as insider hype or just smart investing. To be fair, his team pushes back hard, saying he's not personally trading. They insist everything is run by a professional fund with experienced managers, using standard industry methods, and that the wallet in question is controlled by them, not Jimmy himself. Either way, the allegations added another messy layer to the MrBeast controversy saga, but people are still asking the basic questions no one has answered yet. What's the fund actually called? Who are these experts running it? And why was the wallet allegedly selling while he was tweeting hype about the coin? Legally, these are just allegations, not proven crimes, but ethically, it looks awful. You can't build an audience of kids, teens, and casual viewers by saying, I turned down tens of millions so I'd never scam you. Then have blockchain sleuths tracking millions in profits from projects you publicly hyped and expect zero questions. It all feeds into a bigger story. Every corner of his empire is optimized for maximum cash extraction. And when things go sideways, there's always a shield of PR and lawyers between him and the backlash. Now, defenders will bring up that he's planted millions of trees and cleaned the ocean. But the question remains, do these big charitable moves erase the ethical questions surrounding his business empire? People online aren't buying it. They see the pattern, and it's raising serious doubts about the so-called nice guy image he's built. He's handed out water, houses, and even surgeries. How can anyone really hate that? And yes, the charity numbers are insane. Team Trees, Team Seas, now Team Water with WaterAid, raising over $40 million to provide clean drinking water to millions of people for years. On paper, it looks incredible. But with MrBeast, nothing ever comes without a strange aftertaste. Take the massive Team Author charity stream with Aid and Rotten X. They raised over $12 million in a single live broadcast, broke records, and secured huge donations with 6- and 7-figure drops. The results were jaw-dropping. But later, XUC said he left the stream feeling like a scammer. Frustrated with how things actually went down, viewers were also upset about constantly shifting goalposts and the intense pressure put on wealthy guests to keep donating more, even when the numbers are insane. The way it plays out behind the scenes leaves a lot of people feeling uneasy about how clean these charity events really are. So he openly admitted feeling like a scammer. And a lot of people got the vibe that some of these events are less about charity and more like a non-stop 24-hour high-pressure telethon designed for content. And when Jimmy talks about charity online, it often turns into a flex with stats. 23 million trees planted, 33 million pounds of trash collected, thousands of meals, thousands of surgeries, over $50 million given away, all in his 20s. The work is incredible, no doubt. But the way he treats it like a personal my career scoreboard, it makes him come off insufferable. You see the same energy in the Rolling Stone drama. They ranked him number 7 on their most influential creators of 2025 list. He was expecting number 1 Caleb Heron, a comedian with around 1 million followers, ended up just above him. Jimmy tweeted, "According to the list, a guy with 1 million followers is more influential than me. What did I do to pee after Rolling Stones?" That tweet got roasted so hard, he deleted it and later apologized. But it exposed what people were already sensing. It's not enough for him to be rich or the biggest. He constantly needs validation that he's the most loved, most influential, and most important person in the room. That combination of ego, insane wealth, and algorithmic power, it's a scary mix. So did MrBeast single-handedly ruin YouTube? You could defend almost everything he does, but there's no denying the pattern shows a man who wants it all: attention, influence, and control. And sometimes that drive crosses the line between inspiring and troubling. The AI tool got pulled and reworked. Lunchables insists the product is safe and just misunderstood. Beastland is just a theme park. The crypto stuff, not even handled by him. It's run by specialists and the fund, the Beast Game lawsuits, just allegations for now. But when you zoom out, a pattern starts to emerge. He's done a lot of good, no doubt about it. But you can absolutely do good and still be part of a system that's slowly hollowing out the platform from the inside. So legally, is MrBeast in serious trouble? Probably not. Financially? Definitely not. But morally, creatively, and for the future of YouTube? Yeah, that's where the questions start to hit hard. The platform might survive, but the soul of it, that's the part many feel MrBeast has already compromised for views. So, what do you guys think? Has MrBeast ruined YouTube? Has he destroyed his own reputation? Or is he just doing what he needs to do to provide for his family while playing the game at the highest level? Drop your thoughts in the comments, like, share, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.